What's up guys, it's me Jeremy. Personally, I am a huge fan of playing champions that can just one-shot people. That moment of just killing someone instantly from full HP is probably one of the most exciting things in League of Legends to me. That type of gameplay is just so exciting, as is the strategy that comes with setting it up too. But when you play someone like LeBlanc, maybe Talon or Fizz, your opponents very much expect to get one-shot by you in the first place, and as a result they will have a lot more respect for your power, and it becomes much more difficult to actually experience that moment of just blowing your load and getting that sweet 300 gold. So here are some champions that will totally one-shot people that most players will not actually expect to get one-shot by. And most especially, they can one-shot people without even being that far ahead. You kind of just need to land all of your abilities. And of course, when we say one-shot, we just mean killing someone instantly with your entire combo before they can react, rather than, a literal one-hit kill. So definitely keep that in mind. And as well, I've partnered up with ProGuides.com for the editing on this video. They recently released a new service that allows you to ask questions to higher ranked players and get a reply within under a single minute, and I think it's pretty cool. And they do have a free trial that gets you full access, so you definitely don't even have to take it from me. You can just check it out and decide for yourself if you like it or not, and let's get started. The first champion we really want to talk about is Taliyah. She was actually kind of weak when she was released, and although she's had some buffs, many players have still not gotten used to her true power level. People are still trying to figure her out, but she's super powerful now, and has a fantastic one-shot potential if you can land a full combo onto someone. The trick to Taliyah's damage is to make sure you fire your Q off from unworked ground for the full 5 hits of course, and using her E minefield followed up with the W to knock them back through it, instantly dealing the damage from it. Skilled players are even timing the W to stop an enemy from escaping the damage from Taliyah's Q, making sure she gets that full damage down. If you land your combo perfectly with all of your abilities and all of the parts to it, squishy targets have no chance to survive. It is kind of a similar story with most mages that have 3 or 4 damage based abilities, but the thing that makes Taliyah so unexpected is that she had a seriously weak release. Many players just haven't had the chance to adjust to her buffs yet, and she can definitely land some insane surprise kills. An interesting change coming soon as well is that her W is going to be changed very soon to use what is called vector casting, similar to Rumble's ultimate and Victor's E, which will also make it even easier to land and to use her W, and will probably make it a way more reliable combo overall for most players, especially those of you looking to just start playing her recently. Next up, we have someone who's probably my personal favorite on the list, and that is solo lane Jarvan. And this one's pretty unexpected because most players expect Jarvan to be played like a tank, since that's how he's been most commonly played in the past, and as well, he is kind of an off-meta pick too. Carry players have wised up though and discovered the insane burst potential that the Ravenous Hydra Jarvan build has. He's got a ton of options to abuse the damage too, whether it's a solo invade, roaming to other lanes, or just one-shotting people out of nowhere. The most awesome part about full AD Jarvan is that now his ultimate deals AoE damage to all enemies in an area, rather than just the one he jumps onto, so he can also deal insane damage to a group of enemies, rather than just nuking one squishy. His EQ combo, Ravenous Hydra, and his ultimate alone do crazy damage in an area of effect, and one auto attack with his passive also deals a massive chunk too, and don't forget the Thunderlord's proc as well, which is usually plenty to just kill someone outright. So next time you're playing as Jarvan, do keep an eye on his items, or he might just prove that it's not only Darius that can dunk you to death. Another unexpected one-shot champion is pretty similar to Jarvan, is actually solo lane Wukong, and it's kind of for essentially the exact same reasons. Assassin-esque versions of both Jarvan and Wukong have shown up now and again, but they're both pretty heavily off-meta picks, and the tank versions have always been a lot more popular, so players really don't expect to be blown up by them at all. Wukong has some crazy burst damage at his disposal, and his ultimate deals absolutely insane damage if you land the entire duration. Wukong has some crazy burst damage at his disposal since his AD ratios are just off the charts, and his ultimate deals some absolutely insane damage if you can land the full duration. If you aren't too worried about killing multiple enemies at once, you can also pick up a Dusk Blade on either Wukong or Jarvan to basically give you a guaranteed kill when you unload your combo, and their base stats are high enough that you're still kind of tanky enough to get out alive afterwards, and it's just the freest matchup ever if you play against another assassin or burst damage champion. It's a super fun way to play the champions, and the only weakness is that if you get behind, it's a little bit harder to catch up than a tank build, but since they actually have some nice area of effect crowd control, it is technically easier than, the typical assassins like Zed and Fizz to catch up when you're behind. Offensive items are a little bit more expensive than tank items too, and being a little bit too slow to reach big jumps in power from items like Ravenous Hydra means that the enemy team has a little bit more time to build resistances to actually be able to survive your burst or get the damage to kill you first. Wukong and Jarvan are both strong laners though, so if you have a fair bit of experience with the champion and you have a good matchup, it shouldn't be too hard for you to get a small lead that you can then snowball by using a damage-oriented build. The reward is super worth the risk though, and there's pretty much nothing in the game more satisfying than just destroying that enemy backline with a Jarvan or Wukong combo. Next up, we actually have Diana, which was a champion that was released with the idea of being a true AP bruiser. She has all of the tools she needs to contribute a very sustained amount of damage in a prolonged fight, since she has her W to mitigate damage, her E to stop enemies escaping, and her passive hits to deal a lot of extra damage when her other abilities are on cooldown. That being said, if you can master Diana's burst combo, you can actually take someone out of the fight in under a second, if not almost instantly. The idea is to get 2 charges of your passive ready, activate your W, and then use your Q and your R to instantly get on top of the enemy and hit them with both the damage from the Q and the R and the orbs on your W, and you can then quickly auto attack to get the passive proc and then use your ultimate instantly again since the cooldown got reset. The result, as long as you've stacked enough AP, is whatever squishy you dash to is now just instantly dead. This was a super popular playstyle back when Deathfire Grasp was in the game because it gave even more reliability to burst damage like this, but it's still insanely powerful today and can really take people by surprise because Diana actually has a large amount of animation canceling that is possible with this combo. So if you master it, you can land 2 procs of the R, the Q, the passive, and 2 to 3 orbs from the W in completely under a second. So in all honesty, Diana doesn't even need to be ahead to insta-give someone like this either. As long as you're keeping up in gold and experience with kind of the average in the game, you're going to be strong enough to make it work on enemy mages and AD carries at least, once you really get the hang of that animation canceling technique. Next up, we have someone who's a little bit interesting, and that is ChoGath. Like some of the others, the reason he can be so unexpected to actually one-shot people with his insta-kill potential is that he's usually just straight up built as a tank that wants to disrupt the game with his knock-up and his silence. He has some super potent ability power scaling across all of his abilities though, including his ultimate, which completely ignores armor and magic resistance because it deals true damage. Landing his knockup pretty much guarantees that you can land the rest of his combo, which is usually an auto attack, the roar to silence, and burst, and then finish off with an ultimate. If you stack a bit of ability power with maybe a Rod of Ages or an Abyssal Scepter for kind of like a hybrid AP off-tank build, no one's going to survive this combo except for tanks, and it's pretty insane how effective it actually is because it has so much crowd control comboed with it. It's worth taking Ignite early on as well because it lets you just destroy anyone with this combo at level 6, giving you the gold to pour into offensive AP items so that you can keep scaling and just terrorizing everyone while also still being super tanky. The best thing about ChoGath as a burst champion is that you really do just get away with building off-tank or sometimes even full-tank items like Rod of Ages and Abyssal Scepter. You still end up being super tanky because of this, and it just makes that so much more crazy. No one expects to get one-shot by someone who's 5 times tankier than they are, but with the awesome scaling that he has, just a little bit of ability power goes a long way because of that true damage into helping you take someone out of that fight. It takes a little bit of practice to land the combo though, and you need to be close enough to follow up after the Q knockup to land the rest of your abilities, but as long as you hit everything, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill. There was even a game in the NALCS recently where TSM Bjergsen took ChoGath mid and spent the game just flashing in to destroy enemy carries with this combo as soon as he landed his Q, and it was honestly just disgusting. You know it has potential if Bjergsen's doing it, so definitely give this one a try for sure. So for our next champion on the list, we're kind of cheating a little bit because this one isn't technically a champion just yet, but we talked about the Ryze rework recently, and he's actually just damn powerful. The old Ryze was really about chaining abilities together a crazy amount and dealing sustained DPS while also staying semi-tanky kind of, but the new Ryze features the ability to use a lot of different combos that have different effects. And using the correct rotation gives him honestly insane one-shot potential, and he scales so hard because of the extra damage that he gets from mana. And this is definitely going to take a lot of people by surprise once he hits live servers because his burst is way higher than it was before, so make sure you learn his different combos and abuse that power for yourself. He's also a lot more fun to play now and a lot more versatile and honestly kind of just better overall, so you can still play him for sustained damage just as well as you can aim to burst out a squishy target in seconds. If you haven't seen our video on the Rise rework yet, I'll link it in the outro, and I really recommend you check it out because it covers some of these combos to explain how they work and how you can use his new kit effectively. And for our next one-shot champion we want to talk about, it is actually Gragas in a solo lane, and a lot of people really don't expect this one since he has essentially been reworked into being a tank and has been played as a tank ever since the rework. His kit is packed with disruption that does make him kind of ideal as a tank, but that crowd control can also be used to pretty much just guarantee his kill combo as long as you've practiced using it. There's a lot of really high-ranked Korean players in solo queue that have started making some crazy montages showing off the power of full AP Gragas in a solo lane. And the way it works is that you can use his stun with his body slam and flash, and ultimate to both burst and lock down a target, knocking them into your Q barrel with the ultimate that is sat waiting to explode on them, and then you proc the Q, and since the Q's been out for a while, you get the bonus damage effect for the increased duration. You can easily fit an auto attack in it too, letting you get the huge damage from your W as well, and the end result is just free kills over and over again on squishy targets once you master the mechanics. It does take a little bit of preparation though, and it might require a little bit of extra damage if necessary to make it work, as the scaling isn't entirely what it used to be, but it's totally doable, and if you get good at it, it's incredibly effective overall. You need to roll that Q casket out first to let it build up in damage for that duration, then you guzzle your brew with your W and immediately cast E, oftentimes comboed with a flash to land that stun on an enemy. To guarantee the stun, you use flash a lot and then give them a quick smack before ulting them into the direction of your Q, trigger the Q, and then that should usually finish them off. And if you have Ignite, it's pretty much a guaranteed kill every time. The combo's fantastic to watch and it's incredibly satisfying to pull off, but really you guys gotta make sure you practice it a few times because it is actually probably the hardest combo in this entire video that we've talked about to do until you've actually gotten used to it. Off-meta builds are honestly really fun when they work, which is why I like making so many videos about them, and so is killing a target before they can do anything about it. So unexpected one-shot champions are probably one of the most fun types of champions you can do to experiment with, new champions in League of Legends. If you have any other favorite unexpected one-shot champions that we haven't mentioned, make sure you let us know in the comments. Once again, check out Pro Guides if you haven't already. That's going to be it from me. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe if you want. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.